Get ready for a captivating story.
She knew that I was baby Melissa, so that just made it real.
Imagine a tale of Melissa Highsmith, filled with love, loss, and the incredible strength of family. This story isn't bound by time. It's about a family torn apart by fate, and how they came together after 51 years in a way you won't forget. Fort Worth, Texas, November 2022. Something amazing happened, unveiling a mystery that puzzled people for 51 long years. Melissa Highsmith's name has a deep history, full of heartache and determination. In a world where mysteries often remain unsolved, there exists a story that defies time itself, a tale that will captivate your heart. It's a narrative woven with mysterious threads and illuminated by the torch of hope. Let's dive into the story of Melissa Highsmith. It's a tale of mystery, family, and the power of hope. We're going on a journey through solved and unsolved mysteries that might just give you some goosebumps. So get ready for a roller coaster ride. Let's get started. Our story begins in the heart of Fort Worth, Texas, in November 2022. On this momentous day, a remarkable discovery unfolds, unraveling a 51-year-old mystery that had captivated hearts and minds for generations. Meet Melissa Highsmith, a name echoing through time, synonymous with both loss and resilience. Melissa's story starts back in the 1960s when 18-year-old Alta Apentenko and 17-year-old Jeffrey Highsmith's paths crossed during a blind date orchestrated by Jeffrey's roommate. Their love story blossomed, culminating in marital bliss in November of 1968. She was 19, he was a year younger. Imagine the happiness that filled the air when a lovely baby girl named Melissa Highsmith was born to Alta and Jeffrey in Fort Worth, Texas. Melissa was a bundle of joy, and her dad adored her to bits. But life got really bumpy for the couple, and they started arguing a lot, which sadly led to the end of their relationship. Their constant fighting eventually forced them to separate. When things got tough, Alta turned to her brother Perry for help. She and her little girl Melissa found a safe haven in Fort Worth, Texas. Alta worked hard, taking on different cleaning jobs at churches to make sure they had what they needed. Sadly, Jeffrey, Melissa's dad, wasn't around and didn't provide any financial support. So Alta had to do it all on her own. It was a regular day on August 23, 1971, when Alta decided to put up an advertisement in the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Her aim? Finding a babysitter to look after Melissa while she was at work. Little did she realize that this seemingly ordinary decision would kickstart a chain of events that would stay with her for more than 50 long years, casting a shadow over her life. In response to Alta's ad, a woman by the name of Ruth Johnson came forward, expressing her willingness to babysit little Melissa. Their first meeting, however, came with a hint of uncertainty, as Ruth failed to show up as initially arranged. Yet, after some reassuring words, Alta decided to place her trust in Ruth's promise to care for Melissa. On that fateful morning of August 23, 1971, Alta made the difficult choice to leave her precious daughter in the temporary care of her roommate, Carol. Carol had agreed to look after Melissa while Alta was away. Little did they know that this single decision would alter the course of their lives in unimaginable ways, leaving an indelible mark on their story. At approximately 8:30 in the morning, a visitor, who might have been Ruth Johnson, came to the house. What stood out was her attire. Long white gloves, a rather unusual choice for the blazing Texas summer. Carol, Melissa's temporary caregiver, entrusted baby Melissa to this person who identified herself as Ruth Johnson. Interestingly, this mysterious individual also offered to look after Carol's son, but Carol declined the offer. Little did they know that this moment would mark the final time anyone laid eyes on Melissa, setting in motion a baffling mystery that would grip their lives for decades to come. As the day wore on, Alta's worry grew, and she kept looking out for Melissa's return. However, the babysitter didn't come back as promised, and this left Alta feeling extremely anxious. In her desperation, Alta reached out to the police, seeking help. To her dismay, The police informed her that she needed to wait for a seemingly endless 24 hours before they could take any action. Those hours of uncertainty and fear stretched into never-ending days, then weeks, and even months, with no trace of Melissa to be found anywhere. The anguish of not knowing her daughter's whereabouts weighed heavily on Alta's heart. In the quest to find Melissa, both the Fort Worth police and the FBI teamed up, determined to unravel the truth. At the beginning of their investigation, there were suspicions surrounding Jeffrey, Melissa's father. However, as they delved deeper into the case, their attention shifted towards the unsettling possibility of a stranger abducting the infant. Despite their relentless efforts, Melissa's vanishing act remained an enigma, casting a long and haunting shadow over Alta and her entire family for countless years. The mystery of what happened to Melissa continued to linger, leaving them in a state of perpetual distress and uncertainty. In the midst of their heartache and the lingering questions about Melissa's disappearance, Alta and Jeffrey eventually mended their relationship and embraced the arrival of 4 more children into their lives. However, the absence of Melissa was a heavy burden they carried, a secret they chose to share with their other children when they got older. This family's commitment to finding Melissa never wavered. They turned their pain into a driving force, sharing their story through podcasts, newspaper articles, and online forums. Their hope and determination to uncover the truth kept them bound together as a family, united by a shared mission to bring Melissa back into their lives. After more than 50 years, in September 2021, a ray of hope emerged for the family when they received an anonymous tip suggesting that Melissa might have been seen in South Carolina. Even though this lead turned out to be a disappointment, the family's determination remained unshaken. Then, a breakthrough moment arrived when Jeffrey stumbled upon an intriguing match on the genetic testing service 23andMe in May 2022. It pointed to the existence of a granddaughter he had never known about. This unexpected discovery paved the way for a connection with Melissa's new family, eventually confirming their long-lost relationship. It was a moment of joy and closure that the family had yearned for, bringing them one step closer to reuniting with Melissa. The family's unwavering determination and embrace of modern technology finally bore fruit. They reached out to Melissa, who, at first, had doubts, but later agreed to take a DNA test. When the results came back, it was the moment they had been searching for over 50 long years. The truth was now crystal clear. Melissa Highsmith was indeed their missing daughter and sister, a reunion that brought tears of joy and relief to them all.
When you first met, please me.
The heartwarming reunion that took place on November 26, 2022, stands as a powerful symbol of the enduring love and resolve of this family. Melissa had found her way back home, embraced by the family that had never ceased their quest to find her. This deeply emotional reunion not only brought tears of joy, but also marked the moment when Melissa could proudly reclaim her birth name, shedding the name Melanie that had been with her for most of her life. The beautiful and emotional reunion that unfolded on November 26, 2022, is a testament to the unbreakable bond and determination of this family.
I just couldn't believe it. I thought I would never see her again.
And they said, "Dad, she's alive."
Melissa had finally returned to her loving family's embrace, a family that had tirelessly searched for her throughout the years.
What it did is it springboarded our family to a national story.
This heartfelt reunion was filled with tears of happiness and marked the moment when Melissa could joyfully embrace her original name once again, letting go of the name Melanie that she had carried for most of her life. The incredible journey of Melissa Highsmith's rediscovery is a shining example of the power of family bonds and the never-give-up spirit of a family torn apart by destiny, but reunited through sheer determination. While the complete truth may remain a mystery, one thing is crystal clear. Melissa has found her way back home, embraced by the love and warmth she had yearned for all along. As we come to the end of this heartwarming story, we find ourselves still pondering the enigmatic figure in white gloves from years gone by. Melissa's future now shines brightly with the love and support of her biological family. as she steps into a fresh chapter of her life. Ultimately, this tale serves as a powerful reminder that hope and unwavering determination can triumph over even the toughest challenges, and the strength of family connections can bridge any gap, no matter how wide time and distance may seem.